The palace rule shaping Princess Leonor's future. What if a single palace rule could determine the future of an entire monarchy? Behind the elegant ceremonies, dazzling uniforms, and carefully choreographed royal appearances lies a set of traditions that few people ever see. And for Spain's heir to the throne, Princess Leonor, those traditions aren't just guidelines, they're shaping every step of her future. But what exactly is this palace rule? And why do royal watchers believe it could define the kind of Queen Leonor will one day become? Stay with us, because the answer reveals far more than you might expect. For many people, Princess Leonor appears to live a dream life. She attends prestigious events, represents Spain abroad, and receives worldwide attention wherever she goes. Yet behind every public appearance is a principle that has guided generations of the Spanish royal family. That principle is simple but demanding. The heir always comes before personal comfort. From an early age, Leonor has been raised with the understanding that her first responsibility is service to Spain. Every speech, every military exercise, every official engagement is designed to prepare her for a role that cannot simply be postponed or ignored. Unlike most young adults, Leonor's future has largely been mapped out since birth. One of the clearest examples is her military training. Rather than skipping this demanding path, she has followed the same three-branch military education expected of a future commander-in-chief. The training is physically exhausting, mentally challenging, and carried out under intense public scrutiny. For many observers, this wasn't just about learning military skills, it was about proving commitment. The palace understands that future monarchs earn public confidence not only through their title, but through discipline and dedication. Every challenge Leonor completes sends a message that she is preparing seriously for the responsibilities ahead. But military training is only part of the story. Another unwritten palace expectation is political neutrality. No matter how controversial national events become, Leonor must avoid taking political sides. Every word she speaks is carefully considered because a future monarch is expected to represent all Spaniards, regardless of political beliefs. Imagine growing up knowing that a single sentence could become international headlines. That level of responsibility shapes not only public appearances but also personal habits, friendships, and even moments of celebration. And perhaps the greatest rule of all is continuity. The Spanish monarchy depends on stability. Palace advisors work to ensure that every future king or queen represents consistency rather than sudden change. This means Leonor is learning to balance modern expectations with centuries-old traditions. It's a difficult balancing act. On one hand, younger generations expect authenticity and openness. On the other, the monarchy survives by respecting institutions and ceremonial traditions that date back hundreds of years. Leonor must somehow satisfy both worlds. That challenge may become one of the defining stories of her reign. Every international visit, every official speech, and every public appearance becomes another opportunity to demonstrate maturity beyond her years. Many royal commentators believe this gradual preparation explains why the palace reveals Leonor to the public step by step instead of placing her constantly in the spotlight. Each appearance builds confidence. Each responsibility adds experience. Each milestone prepares Spain for the day when she eventually becomes queen. Of course, none of this guarantees an easy future. Modern monarchies face growing expectations for transparency, relevance, and accountability. Leonor will inherit not only a historic crown but also the challenge of keeping the institution connected with future generations. That may be the biggest palace rule of all: the crown must always serve the nation before itself. If Leonor continues following that principle, her reign could be remembered not for dramatic headlines, but for quiet stability and careful leadership. And perhaps that's exactly what the palace has been preparing her for all along. Because sometimes the most powerful royal rule isn't written on paper. It's passed from one generation to the next, shaping a future monarch long before the crown is ever placed upon their head. As Princess Leonor continues her journey toward the throne, one thing becomes increasingly clear: every step she takes today is helping define the Queen Spain may one day know tomorrow. What do you think? Will Princess Leonor successfully balance royal tradition with the expectations of a modern world? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more fascinating stories from Europe's royal family families.